Yo, 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 my name is Nick, and this is the Average Pros and Racing Joes podcast. I'm just a regular dude who works too much and can't ride enough. I've been convinced, coaxed, inspired, and even dared into running my own interpretation of a motorcycle racing podcast. So here we go. Like a lot of you that love the sport of motorcycle racing, I've listened to almost every interview I can find, and all of them are great. I love listening to the best of my favorite sport like a starry-eyed child, daydreaming of being able to ride half as hard as those crazy souls. But sometimes those interviews miss out on the one question you were hoping would be asked. And that's why I'm here. I'm going to try to keep these talks as casual and as loose as moral boundaries and contractual obligations will allow. Not my contract. I don't have a contract. Never had a contract, but if you're a beer or a beef jerky company watching this and you need a face for your company, I'm your guy. Some people want to talk with nothing but current champions of the moto world. Those guys are too busy training and too cool to talk to me. And most of them won't return my phone calls, and they block me when I try to slide into their DMs. And come to find out, Valentina was very serious about that restraining order. So I'm looking forward to getting into the heads of the people whom I consider great ambassadors of the sport and folks that are looking to get Americans into the international motorcycle racing mix again. Most of you are with us for three reasons. You love this sport and you're YouTubing the person that I'm speaking with today. Number two, you know me, and I haven't shut up about this little project, and now you're interested. Third is you're my neighbor, and you're listening to this on loop to boost my views. Thanks, Georgina. Now, if you're part of a sliver of an unexpected fourth category of people listening on your own volition, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Please stick around. I feel obligated to explain who I am and why I'm here. As previously mentioned, I'm an early to bed, early to rise, 40-hour-a-week working stiff who loves the sport of motorbike racing. Passionate would be an understatement. The atmosphere on a race weekend is electric. It has become a summertime addiction for me, and the traveling circus of competitors, family, friends, fans, and staff that together help create these events are unmatched in any other form of competition, hands down. And if you don't believe me, I'll buy you a ticket so you can find out for yourself. That's the who of me, but now for the why. I was raised like a lot of young boys in the Midwest. The holy grail of Christmas or birthday presents was a dirt bike. The feeling of freedom that small machine opens up in a young person is unfathomable. And that feeling is something everyone who loves to ride chases until they are no longer physically capable of doing it. In addition to the freedom, there comes an exhilaration of speed. Fast shit is cool. And fast shit on two wheels is the coolest. Growing up in central Ohio spoiled me. The next town over had what I considered the greatest road race track on the planet. Mid-Ohio and I have a beautiful relationship. That track helped chisel out a cornerstone of why I love the moto as much as I do. And all of that talk about me being a super fan, it started there. Hot, dusty summer days on the outside of those S-turns is where I learned the dark art of heathenry. And every bit of credit for making me this way belongs to my dad and his beer-drinking, hell-raising buddies. For those of you fools listening, and you know who you are, and I haven't told the cops anything. The first guy I conned into this little charade is someone who I can only assume considers Mid-Ohio his home racetrack, but we can ask him. Talking about a guy named Roger. He was born of the Hayden Moto tribe of Western Kentucky. His family's journey has been well documented, and rightly so. Hayden has won nearly every AMA road race championship series at one point or another. The Hayden name is engraved on the MotoGP championship trophy. And even one spectacular dirt track race in 2002, Nicky, Tommy, and Raj took up all 3 steps on the podium. There's a whole heap of trophies the 3 from the OWB have taken back to the farm. And I'm sure there's an even larger amount of stories. So let's talk to Roger and get into some of those stories about what it was like growing up chasing Tommy and Nicky down.